Okay, so what's your question?
Oh, so like for me, I was with a woman for 10 years
Yeah,
and she was a stay-at-home mom for 3/4 of that,
yeah.
but the mortgage was in her name.
Mhm.
So now I'm having to sue her to get my equity out of the house.
How did they approve a mortgage in her name if she wasn't working?
She had a job when we got together.
Oh,
She quit. She quit when she was pregnant with our second child.
okay, and then you just
But
took care of paying the mortgage. They didn't ask for any updated proof of income or anything like that.
no, mortgage was always paid.
Yeah. Well, that's a legal question. So whatever the line in the sand is that the family lawyer says in your state is kind of like, the rule of law. But if it states that, it's this, then go for this and make sure you're firm on it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to sort of encourage her in that direction. Where are you at in the process? You still in the house? You move out of the house? Does the
Oh
house
no, I've been out. I've been out for over a year and a half, but in litigation for about 14 months.
Yeah. And what's her position on the matrimonial asset?
Well, we weren't married, so
Is it
that's why
treated
she
as
was
common
on.
law?
No, we don't. We don't have common law.
So you don't have common law. So what's the problem? She doesn't want to give you half the house?
Oh no, she told me to consider it rent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my friend, you're going to have to lawyer up on that one. You're going to be up for an uphill battle.
Oh, I'm $6,000 in already.
Yeah, it's
Which
probably
isn't that bad.
Yeah, the bill's probably going to keep getting racked up. But
Joint
hey,
custody
man,
cost me 20.
yeah, it is what it is. That's what happens when you invite the state into your life. This is why I keep telling guys. If you get married in the West, you invite the state into your house, and stuff in family law does not encourage women to behave well. So the notion of unjust enrichment that you're describing there is what many guys go through. I don't know what the percentage is, but many guys go through it where it's like she just looks at the laws, or she sits down with her girlfriends one night, gets smashed over a bottle of wine, and they're like, hey girl, you can do this, that, and the other thing. And she's like, yeah, fuck that guy. I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. And then, you're in for the battle. That's just the way that family law is, guys. So, I mean, I can't really do anything for you, Bobby. There's no time machine I can put you in, send you back to a time where you don't get, live with this woman and put babies in her. You pick somebody better, obviously, but maybe the lesson here. So let's go about it this route to give the viewers a little bit of a lesson. So have you read my book? Have you gotten into the red flag chapter?
I have bought your book. I have not gotten to read it yet.
Okay. So
I just got it recently.
Okay. So there's probably red flags there. So maybe
there
after
was.
you go through that, then you can come back on and say, hey, look, she had these 3, 6, 17 red flags. So had I paid attention to this, then I could have potentially avoided this slight train wreck that I'm in right now. But it sounds like you're going to have to lawyer up and rely on the lawyer's advice and do what you got to do to get this thing fixed.
Yeah, I guess I was actually calling in more almost as information for a guy who does get with somebody and they're together long enough. She could have potentially equity in an estate.
Yeah, there's that
even with the
story.
cohabitation agreement.
Yeah, there's that famous story about that footballer. It was back in the summertime, and he got with a Spanish, I don't know, newscaster or soap opera actress or some shit like that. And this footballer put all of his assets, all of his paychecks went to his mom. He had nothing in his name, nothing in her name, and it all went to his mom. And I think the end result of it, or where they were getting to, was that she was going to have to pay him money because he technically was worth nothing. So he structured himself in such a way that he couldn't get fucked over. So that's some precautionary steps to that's some God mode stuff right there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you necessarily, should have to do that, but that's a pretty good insurance policy, especially again, when women reserve the right to change their mind at any given time.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that the stay-at-home mom thing didn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't. So to sort of explain to the audience, like, it's kind of fucked, because we keep telling guys, the best thing is that she does the pink jobs, does the mommy stuff, and raises the kids, especially for the first few years when they're small, when they need that sort of stuff. And then dad can do the manly stuff when they come closer to of age, 7, 8, 10, stuff like that. So the stay-at-home mommy notion seems like a good idea, but the problem with that is Bobby gets to go ahead and pursue his career and make his money, and he goes out and brings home the bacon, and the social contract that you have is that she cooks it up, right? As a consequence of that, though, she abandons her ability to make money. She quits her job and she stays home to raise the kids. Then her argument becomes, when you're untying the knot, well, I gave up my career so Bobby could pursue his. So now my skills are out of date. I can't work. I need his income, right? Because when you're married, she's all strong and independent. I don't need no man. You can't tell me what to do. But all of a sudden now, when you're getting divorced, oh, I can't cope. I can't make, ends meet on my own. He has to pay for everything. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So that's the problem with the stay-at-home mom issue, which
they become resentful.
Yeah. And if you're in a state where it's default 50-50, you don't even have to have that fight. Right. Like that's one of the preventative measures that you can put in place to sort of protect you from that. But nobody thinks about these things, beforehand. You didn't, I didn't, I thought, you just get married and everything's fine. If it doesn't work out, you just untie the knot and everything's fine. But no, that's not how it works out. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.